everyone. I am Marianna Morel and I am a sophomore student from Honduras. I'm currently studying English and Chinese because I would like to study foreign languages in college. Today, I am on the behalf of the Teen Pop magazine, which is the first online magazine that gives opportunity to young and aspiring journalists the opportunity to share their voices, to build their writing portfolio, and also to receive peer feedback and mentorship in the editorial industry. Today with us, we have Mel Terrofrenca, which is an entrepreneur from Northern California, and also is the founder of the hybrid publishing house, Lost Island Press. When she is filming YouTube videos and also writing fiction, she's enjoying travels, photography, and minimalism. So, how are you doing, Mel?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. There is a pleasure for us to have you on here with us. So the first question, talk to us about your writing routine. Which is a typical writing routine for you?
Well, I think it really depends on where I am in the writing process. If I am fully invested in writing the book and I'm like
Yes.
100% in the writing zone, then what I normally do is I start writing super early in the morning before other people wake up.
Mhm.
And I do because I've noticed throughout the day I get more and more tired. And if I write it at night, sometimes I'm just not really feeling like writing, even if I'm most creative at night. And
Yeah.
so I always commit to writing at least a little bit in the morning. That way, by the end of the day, if I'm tired, I know that I've at least got some writing done. And then I will also write during the night if I'm in the mood to do it.
Yes.
And during certain days, if I have a deadline or something, I'll write all day, but I typically don't write in the afternoons.
A measurable great. So next, what inspires you to write?
Hmm. I would say probably two things. The first thing would be other people's art, reading other
Yeah.
books, watching movies, music. That's always super inspiring. And then the secondary thing would be hearing feedback from people who've enjoyed my book.
Mm-hmm.
That's always really motivating.
Great, great. So, what are your favorite genres to write about?
I really like magical realism and anything that has sort of a mysterious aspect to it.
Me
Is
too.
I
I
Oh,
love
you
those kind
do?
of books.
Yeah. I don't like I'm not a huge fan of fantasy, but if it has like a little bit of magic in it, then that's always really interesting.
Totally agree.
So yeah,
So, tell me, who is your favorite writer and which is your favorite book?
that's a really hard question. But I have to probably go with The Girl Who Could Fly by
Nice.
Victoria Forster as my
Yeah.
favorite author and favorite book, mostly because that was my favorite book when I was in elementary school and I read it all the time. And that was the book that inspired me to actually finish a writing project for the first time.
Oh, so cool. So, next question. Which book has made you grow more as a person?
I would say the classic novel Heidi, and it was published in 1880, I think, which is really cool.
Yes.
So super old, but I remember I read it when I was around 12, maybe 13, and it was the first book that I actually remember crying in, just because
Crying.
the main character is super selfless, and it made me rethink a lot of my own personality traits. So I would say that book was a really big inspiration for me.
I'll have to read it. So,
Yeah, it's really
um,
good.
yeah. So, tell me also, where do you get your ideas?
Honestly, it's pretty random. Normally I don't get good ideas if I like sit down and tell myself that I want to come
Yeah.
up with ideas. It just doesn't work. It'll happen like right as I'm about to fall asleep or just random moments throughout the day. And so I keep a notes app on my phone and I just write down ideas whenever I get them. So yeah, it's pretty random.
I do exactly the same. Like sometimes
Mhm.
when I am committed with like, do I have to write something? Nothing comes through my mind.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
it's pretty random. So
I think it's
tell
pretty
me,
common too.
Yeah, totally. And how do you deal with writer's block?
So usually what I do first is I try to write through it because I've noticed that I can sometimes get in the habit of just taking a break and stopping whenever I feel like I have writer's block. But a lot of times I've realized that it's just me not feeling like I want to write a certain
Mhm.
scene and I really just have to push through it.
Yeah,
But, if I try to push through it and then it doesn't work, then at that point I'm probably burned out and then I take a break.
excellent. So, how do you manage and take criticism?
This was one thing that was really hard for me when I first started working on Leaving Wishville because nobody had ever really read my writing in a long time. And I decided to have beta readers look at my book. So I had quite a few people read my book before it was released and give me their feedback. And,
Mhm.
it was really hard because I wanted to have honest feedback, but I was also scared of whether people wouldn't like it.
Yes.
And some people had a lot of problems with parts of my book, and I really had to tell myself that these critiques of my book are going to make it better and to
Yes.
not let it bring me down. Yeah.
It's not something that should make you feel sad or down. You should have
Hmm.
to keep enhancing, keep improving, like attaining
Yes.
breakthroughs. Excellent.
Hmm.
So, for you, what makes a great study? Like a story, which characteristic makes it wonderful?
I would say a story that really makes the reader feel pain. And I say pain specifically because I've read books where I've laughed or, parts have made me a little happy, but those ones I don't really remember as well as the stories that, have actually made me feel really bad and like feel the pain that the characters are feeling
Yes.
and, struggle with them. And so I think if a story can make you actually feel pain, then that makes it really powerful.
Yes, it's like sorrow makes you engaged
Yes, for
with the
sure.
book. Yes.
Hmm.
So now it becomes a rapid fire. Okay, are you
Oh no.
prepared?
Sure, sure, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's get started. If you weren't a writer, what do you think you'd be?
I think I would be either a filmmaker or a musician because those are both like forms of storytelling.
Yes, always art. What do you?
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
favorite short story?
I actually don't read short stories very often, so I don't
Oh,
have any names off the top of my head.
so sad. Okay, so next one. The most unique thing about your writing style?
I would say it's very simple. I try to write everything as concisely as possible.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Best thing about writing?
Oh, it's a good emotional outlet, better than like ranting to your friends about something.
Okay, okay. So next one. What? And this is the last one. So what do
Mhm.
the following writers have that you don't? J.K. Rowling.
Oh, she has amazing world building.
Okay. William Shakespeare.
He can make melodramatic stuff actually realistic, if that makes sense.
Okay. Next one. Charlotte Bronte.
Um, Incorporating a lot of her real life into her writing, I don't think I could do that.
Okay. And last one. Charles Dickens.
Probably having such vivid and memorable characters.
Okay. Yes. Totally. I agree with you. Okay. So our last question. What has been your best piece of writing advice?
One thing that I usually tell people is to get in the habit of writing every day, or at least thinking of your book or coming up with ideas and just, spending a little time out of every day working on the story. But lately, I think my biggest advice has actually been to not overthink the writing
Yeah.
process too much. When I first started out, I was doing so much research on, different plot structures and watching videos of authors sharing their writing advice. And I think the number one thing that's going to help you improve your writing is to write and just get experience. And,
Yes.
watching those videos and reading articles and stuff, it makes you feel like you're improving, but really writing is the only thing that's going to improve your writing. So I think just don't overthink it. Don't worry about doing too much research right now while you're starting out. Just start writing.
Excellent. I have learned a lot about you today. Thank you so much, Mel, for being here with us. It was such a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. It's been fun.
Thank you so much, and thank you also to our viewers. If you would like to write for the Teen Pub, you should check our website, which is teenpub.com. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.